Right. So again, we can compare and contrast. I want to stop there. So I have some numbers on the board. I want you to tell me, what do you think? Now, what do you notice about these numbers? What do you think they are? Are they just random numbers? Francine, what do you think these are? Dates. Yes. Do you notice something about these dates? Anthony?
That I think they're like 4 years ahead of each other. About.
Not necessarily. I see where you're going, but there's some gaps in there. Patrick?
That's the year that you were born.
Well, I'm not asking you what they represent. We're going to get there. I'm asking you just in terms of the numbers, do you notice something? The order of the numbers. Spencer? Louder and prouder.
They go to.
Don't kill yourself.
They go from least to greatest.
Okay. So they go up. They start here, right? So this is like, we've established that they're dates, right? So we start with the dates that are furthest from us in the past, and then we get to the more recent past, or kind of where we are today, right? Now, Patrick, what do you think those numbers represent? What do you think 1961 is? That is the date of perfection. And then you have KIPP. Okay, so there are different ways. The key is, are the dates here, over here folks, are the dates here just whatever order? Does anyone know what we call this when we lay out our dates this way, when they're in order? Let's see, yes? Chronological order, right? Chronological order. So I'm just going to write and also the last reading, which is the European exploration. Yeah. The one with John Cabot. Because what you're going to do is, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner on your piece of paper, on your class notes, you'll see where it says chart these events, meaning you're going to place these events on this timeline. Listen carefully. Here's my recommendation. You're going to use your reading to find the events and the dates. If I were you, I would actually mark the dates first. For example, I see the first one says Columbus reaches the Caribbean or the West Indies. Right? I would look in my reading for that if you have to. It's not in that section because most of you should know it, or your partner who you're working with should know it already. But anyone? What year was that, Camille? 1492. So, but listen, I still have all these other dates I have to find. And I want to make sure that I'm putting everything in chronological order. So I am first going to just write along here, write 1492 next to Columbus. And then I'm going to go through and find all the others, right? The other 5 or other 4. And then I'm going to fill in my timeline, and I'm going, what am I going to write here? 1492. Oh, Francine? Don't do that. Okay, and by now I have all of these dates and I can fill this in. Okay, actually you have 4. You only have 4 others because I gave you one, which is the first English colony in America, which is in Roanoke, which we will learn about. Gregory, what do we have at 1585?
After 1585, we got 1605.
And what? Go ahead. Hold on a second. And what takes place in 1605?
Samuel de
Champlain, yeah.
Establishes French settlement in North America.
This, Jose?
Yeah.
All the way down. So what I want you to do now You can do this independently, you can work with a partner. I want you to answer these 3 questions. Question number 1, can I get a read, please? Go ahead, Taya. Loud and proud.
How many years passed between Columbus' voyage to the Americas, Caribbean, and Cortez's conquest of the Aztecs?
Thank you. I have a question for you all. How are you going to solve this?
We're going to solve this by looking at the timeline and then figuring out first the 2 years with Columbus' voyage and the Cortez's conquest of the Aztecs, and then find the difference between them.
You're going to find the difference. So if you're finding the difference, that means you're going to be using subtraction. Good. You're on the right track. Thank you. Gentlemen, question. How are you going to solve these problems? How are you going to find how many years between Columbus's voyage and so? Are you doing this?
I think we need to go back. Yeah, we need to go back, and since now that we know that we have to find these, we're gonna have to look carefully and go back to the class notes that you gave us and cross out this and make sure we don't make another mistake like that.
So let me ask you this one. Since right now you have the dates, don't you?
Yes.
So you know the dates.
Yeah.
So you really don't even have to go back to the class notes right now.
All we have to do is just write down. We have to connect the dates to the time, to the thing that took place.
So let me ask you, Columbus went to the Caribbean in what year?
Columbus went to the Caribbean in 1492.
In 1492. So if you want to know how many years passed between Columbus going to the Caribbean and Cortez conquering the Aztecs, what do you have to do?
You have to find the time period that Cortez conquered the Aztecs and subtract that from 1492.
And then that'll give you the difference.
Yeah.
And if you're doing the difference, that means you're performing...
Subtraction.
Subtraction.
What are you performing, Michael?
Subtraction.
You are on fire today. High five.